So the objective of this one is to show you what happens when you build seed on a Debian port. I actually recorded a 1-hour video about it, really talking about the build system, the PscbBuildOS, and I didn't see that pipewire. This is like, maybe you can see like this stop and sound, that it wasn't capturing the entire screen. So now I'll just make something shorter. So I believe I will post more videos about it, and the idea here is that I have like a build system that you will see. I generate all kind of QEMU wrappers, although it works for a lot of things. I pack the images, which means an installer image and storage image like for QEMU. I add some OTA code, recovery, all kind of goodies. I enable graphics here and browsers here. By the way, like if you want to do like kiosk devices with Firefox ESR, then there is some sort of bug in the recent versions. So if you don't do it kiosk, it will be fine. Otherwise, it will be like black screen. I also added some audio features that maybe I didn't add to this one in the build, but it's not a big deal. I can add it in like no time. And I'm building for loongarch seed. Now, here's the thing, like seed is the new unstable. And Debian is now it's August 18, 2025. And version 13, Trixie, became the new stable 9 days ago at August 9. So basically, you are supposed to see or think that that seed, which is the unstable version, will be the next development version, which is Forky, Debian 14. But it's probably not the case. So let's go ahead and run this guy. I will just run, let's see, I'll run exactly what I built. I'll do now this fellow, and I'll do command line. Let's do wait for removable media. So here's like this is loongarch. It's an example that I gave like for porting. It requires EFI to boot the Linux kernel. We see Linux kernel booting. I don't think you heard it, but there was like tutun, because I did enable a sound, and I think I just enabled a sound not in the command line, but in one of like the other scripts. It's flashing something. And since we have like the penguin here, I know that it's built with DRM, which is actually from the default config of the loongarch kernel, okay? And there were some videos where I used very minimal kernel in order to not build a lot of drivers to build very fast, which is something that I really like doing, and not in this one. Here I have like an entire design of flashing, installer, AB updates, recovering if pressing like a recovery button or giving like a kernel command line. And now like I completed it, and I have like, this is like a BSP function on reboot in order to keep like the installer media inside and not reboot and install again. Then I just like removed it. So it was pretty fast, even though like the system itself, it takes its time to boot. So I'm going to run it. Remember, it's like the loongarch architecture. You should be expecting very, very slow performance, mostly because it's QEMU running a foreign architecture and there is graphics. And there you see it. Welcome to Debian 13, Trixie. So it's the latest seed, that's 100% sure, there is no doubt about it, and yet it runs Debian version 13. Now, if we use the video that I wanted to talk about was about like caching. So I have like a caching infrastructure. But if we say, okay, let's do seed or let's do Trixie or let's do whatever, and packages or distro is being updated, I'm waiting like for like the display to load. There we go, we'll see Weston, and then we'll see a kiosk device, I think. It will load automatically, but we have some time because it's so slow. It's so slow. Just for fun, I'll also like open a terminal here. Look how slow it is. But we can see whoops, we can see that it's loongarch64. Okay, so basically what I wanted to illustrate is some caching mechanisms, okay, but I want to show you what you're seeing, because I will show the same for like RISC-V that I built yesterday, that is now part of like the stable thing. So here we have like a Firefox coming up, we can see it loaded, now it's going like to kiosk mode, and I don't know if it's Firefox or Firefox CSR. If it's Firefox, we'll see some things. If it's Firefox CSR, it's very likely that we'll see just like a black screen. Let me log in here. And in the RISC, the password, you can guess it. And don't worry about the OTA common blah blah blah. I didn't put like an overlay on top of it in my design. I actually put some OTA-able code. Let's just do it. Whatever. I do mount label equals system RW to whatever. Okay. Then we will see that we have overlay FS materials, and this is like where we have like a systemd service that will run like an OTA update service, and all kind of like goodies and executables. Okay, so don't worry like about the error that you saw. So now it's still like very slow, very slow. Amazing, how fun. And let's just see what it runs. So this one runs Firefox. So I actually think, I don't see Firefox CSR. Maybe they just don't have it like as the package, it's also possible. What I think is that we will see, yeah, we see the website here. Now if you see that fonts are not so beautiful, it can be because of two reasons. One, fonts are not installed, it's very likely, and the other one, it takes time to actually render the fonts and just starts with one thing and then move to another thing. It's also very possible. So there we have like this Firefox here, and it's pretty nice. Here I see that the font changes, so it's the second thing, it just took it time to render. It's very, very, very slow, okay? Very, very, very slow. And it's because it's another architecture, there is graphics, yeah. So you know what, while at it, I'll show you something else that will be like even slower. But for this I will need to kill like the kiosk device, which is a good example to illustrate what, hey, this is me. To illustrate what happens when you want to test graphics or audio on devices that are very, very, very slow because they don't have hardware acceleration, or if you run emulated workload. That are a lot of reasons for that in the PscbG embedded Linux courses. There are quite a lot of them in different topics. Then I detail the different considerations and the different things. So I've been scrolling it. It just takes like forever. So I'll let it move. I think it should say about like the next training that will be like in a week. You will probably be watching this video as part of the training assignments. So at least part of the videos. So yeah. Okay, it was supposed to say September and August also. So if you go to the PscbG.com, you will see something. Yeah. So basically, we have all kind of things. It's nice. We're happy. We're good. So if you are still watching this, and of course you are, I'll just do something else. Instead, I'll just I'll get rid of the kiosk device. So I'll do etc systemd, that's where I put the unit file. System, and then weston.service. And there have been other things about Weston. By the way, like for the TTY parameter, sometimes some versions of like Weston will not accept the --tty. And when versions like, you know, they like change like under your hands, sometimes some things will not work for you. So the entire reason I wanted to record like this video yesterday was to detail the caches, and I'm not talking about the caches now. Maybe I'll make like a separate illustration for that. But if we have like seed, we're working like on that stable, and we always use the same caches, like for the Debian caches, for the, like the bootstrap, then we'll always have the same packages. If we update the caches, it's very likely that we've been working on something for like 2 months, and then we try something new, and then there are different packages, and we'll have like second, third order problems. So we really need to know if you want a reproducible build or you want something else. So I'll just going to get rid of the kiosk here, and I'll do YouTube. And I'll do system control daemon reload, and then I will restart this nice fellow here. Okay, you can forget about it. This is how I made like the EFI. I mean, it knows that it put with EFI, but like we just use the minimum of the minimum of the minimum of the configurations there. So it reloaded. Now I can do restart Weston, and it will of course take time. So Weston is here. How nice. So we saw graphics. We're sure that we saw graphics. Just for fun, let's do this. So we can see that here I attached like a Vertio sound devices. Okay, we just sent it like to the local media server in my host. It's Ubuntu 2504, so I have here Pipewire. In the meantime, something is coming up. It does take time. I will aim to close other tabs. I don't want anything to reload. You can see it's not a kiosk device because here I have like a title bar. I have like this terminal. I think I showed I'm pretty sure I showed in other videos how to edit Weston to have like more launchers. And the reason I use Weston, as opposed to, there have been like quite a few videos about graphic acceleration, about like display frameworks, under the title of Meetup 17 and its addendums. So there was a KDE Plasma, there was a GNOME, then there was a XFC, then there were, I don't even remember which display, which desktop environment I put there. But the really nice thing about Weston is that it's a great proof of concept for everything in Wayland, and you don't need more than it, especially if you just have like a kiosk device. And if you don't, then you also probably don't need more than it. And if you do, well, it's up to you to design what you can design, and of course I can help you with that. Like, you know, kind of like, you can just ask me questions, but if it gets like very time intensive in some sort of like engagement. So with the service, you could do that. I had like a pre-exec like with the HCP. I will just wait for it to load. It takes time. It is annoying for sure. And while at it, what I'm going to do is actually show the caches. So the caches. The way the caches work, and of course, okay, if YouTube loads, great. If it doesn't load, also great. I mean, yesterday when I recorded a video, I showed some things for RISC-V, and I showed like how I like play the sound. It will load. It's just slow, apparently. And The page is slowing down Firefox. To speed up your browser, stop this page. Oh, thank you for your consideration. How nice of you to tell me that. But here we see that something is loaded. I mean, it looks pretty YouTube-ish. Looking up fonts. Yeah, I let it do it. In the meantime, I will show what I wanted to show. And I for sure hope that that it works well. So I'll put it here, always on top, and when it's ready, we'll see that it's ready. All right, so the caching fair mode, what did I do there? Let's look at the left-hand side. So basically, the idea is that I downloaded several things. I'll just put it to the left here. The idea is that I downloaded several things. If it loads, it loads. I want more. Of course, that's what it done. Hold on 1 second. You know what, if it loaded, maybe I'll leave it like to the next video. I see like the icon. I moved it to another tab. I will try to move it back in. It's not so simple, my friends. It's not so simple. All right, there it is. I know this guy. You should subscribe, probably, before I pay some social media expert to give you commercials. No, I mean, this is what I want to update. Let's see something like from a recent meetup, or like from Qualcomm Yacht. Yeah, let's do like from the recent meetup. So look how slow it is. So when there is audio, you're expected to suffer. Now, what is the thing about audio? Yes, I mean, even if you have like a Vertio and the media server is something else, you still need to process it, okay? And QEMU, even if everything is loaded somehow to memory, you don't have like an accelerator that will take care of like audio. You need to get the codecs, and it's working so hard on the graphics here. It takes so much time just to access the web page that who knows what happens here. So I will just I did click it. I don't know if it will auto-reload. I think it does not auto-reload. Only 72 views. You guys are missing. This was a very, very, very important talk. So I'll wait for the graphics to load. I should have probably made like the screen bigger, but like in the long arc, in the default configuration, it would not respond to like resizes. I should just give a bigger resolution here. I mean, if I came here and let's see what it thinks the resolutions here. That's also like a nice trick. If you go to dev, DRI, no, it should be to sys class DRI, right? DRM. Okay, so you hear me? This is the video. So these stuck things, I mean, this is the video, okay? This is like the audio. It's just so slow. If I played it like on a native host or like on another device, it would be faster. So I'm leaving it like this for now, okay? I will just leave it like this. You know what? It is terrible, right? I'll mute it. It will take time until it realizes that I wanted to mute it. Let's see how much time it takes until we can see like this X here. So, what I wanted to show while at it was about the resolutions, right? So modes. Oops. So these are the modes that it supports, which are quite a lot, which is good. So I should be able like to actually resize it, okay? If I bring like a bigger like QEMU window, then it will work quite well. Okay, so you see here we have like this silent note, and all of these have been like for 8 seconds. All this fuss for 8 seconds of audio. I'll try to put it at the beginning. If it works, great. If not, no. So we have audio here, like in the loongarch, and we have like the same construct for the other systems as well. Very slow, but working. So what we saw here was that the seed, this is again, it tries to play audio. Well, thank you for your consideration, but we've had enough. Bye. Or even better, system control, stop Weston, it will also stop the browser. And now we're good, we have like our terminal. So what we have here is that we have like a Debian 13 for seed in loongarch, even though I just built like today. So why do we have it? Because on what is Debian ports, it's not guaranteed that, I mean, the progress is not guaranteed. It's either things that have been phased out, like from the mainstream, or things that still did not get there. So the loongarch did not get there. RISC-V, by the way, was there until not so recent ago, until like a couple of weeks ago. It would be like the same thing, although we knew that Trixie will be like the next version here. So having said that, we're happy with the results. Let's go ahead and I will do something. I will do the exact same thing, you know, for RISC-V. So here I think that I will cheat a little bit. You know what? I will not cheat. I will just do the process, and I will show you about the caches while I'm at it. So arc equals RISC-V. I just want to see that I'm building the same thing. So I have here seed or unstable. Well, hold on. Arc equal RISC-V. It will take a bit time to build, but that's fine. Unstable and seed are the same. So this is the last thing I built because I wanted to show that they are the same. So imagine it's seed, and we will see now that after we build, we'll see, hey, Debian 14, Forky seed. That is what it will say. Forky is like the codename for 14, for like the last unstable, okay? But before that, maybe I do have, maybe I did build it for seed as well. So let me just quickly check it. So the way for me to do that will be Debian seed, min base. Do we have RISC-V? Yeah, we have this. And let me see when I did it, because it could be that I did it like before. So I built this one a couple of days ago. So I can go ahead and instead of unstable do seed, but maybe I still need to update the caches here. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, let's give it a shot. We'll do both. So I'll do unstable, and later I'll do, so I'll do unstable, later I'll do seed, and I'll also do it in, I think I'll do it like in the next video. So when I build, this is what we have, like we'll build a kernel, we'll build init ramfs, we'll build rootfs, like I had to eat all kind of like overlays, and maybe I'll also show like what happens when I actually run the overlay over there. And here we can see, I already built the rootfs, so we can see somewhere that there is like a pre-pass for the rootfs. All of it, you will have it like online. And there is like state instructions. If I write invalidate caches to this one, then it will invalidate caches and take all the packages from upstream. So the way I check, like if I can just use the caches, it's because I have a list of packages. This is how I constructed it. I also have like a fingerprint if I want to match it, like if the caches or the root file system itself has already been built. And if everything checks out, then I can just like copy them, okay? And then what I do is like the bootstrap. If everything checks out, I don't need to do anything with the bootstrap, is the same. And then additional package installation will just do the package installation itself. So after doing like the rootfs, we also have here like a lot of kernel objects, meaning it's a very full path. We have an installer. This is the writable overlays that I mentioned before. You actually use it, for example, to do A/B update. And to illustrate some concept, I could just put like my OTA files, the one that I mounted before, inside what I do, but I wanted to show how overlays work, what happens when I have read-write overlays, how I like add things during installation time and then not require overlays, or add things later if I want my system partition to be, my rootfs to be read-only, and then overlay some things on top of that. So this fellow here will take some time, like for the RISC-V with unstable, okay? And I will start the video after showing the next one exactly. So let's go ahead and let's finish here. So here, or maybe it's like a, yeah, so I'll finish here. Like I'll start the next video by booting. So this ends up when I added like the recovery methods, and I make like an installer media to install like from a removable media. This is the storage that I make, and this will be like the hard drive or the eMMC, and the installer media will install things to this storage. So it's done, and I will start from the next video anyhow. Okay, so this was about a little bit about caches, audio, and definitely about seed or not seed being here. And the next video, here I build like the unstable one, okay? And I also want to build like seed. So you know what, I'll just run it now and that's it. And let's do that. So what is my script here? I have tricks to just run the rootfs itself, but I've done it for the loongarch, so let's do it here as well. So this is the script. For unstable, I'll do command line equals, I'll do overlay fs now, and I'll do wait for removable media. This will install it. And also do installer a only equals true. Why? Because this is my recommendation for first installation. It will do it automatically here because the storage is like full, is empty after I do the entire build script. By the way, it was relatively fast, right? Comparing to other things that. So here we also have like audio. Now it's RISC-V. It will do the same things as with the loongarch. So it even speaks in the RAM disk because I put there tiny ALSA, and because I pipe everything to here. So let's see, PS. Maybe it will show the entire command line. Oh yes, it does. So look what I have here, how nice it is. Virtual sound PCI, audio pipe wire. It means it goes to my host. So I have this nice fellow here. I can even go ahead and start a server like on my computer and give it like an update over the air. It can be a live patch, it can be very minor, it could be huge. Entire image, like the build system is very powerful. It's so powerful, it's even been used in production, of course with some changes like on real devices. But it was done mostly for educational purposes. And if you listen to all of it, then you know you're somehow connected to me, I guess. I mean, you appreciate me. So I can tell you personally that one of the reasons is that this way, I mean, when you write everything, even if years pass, you know how you think. So it's not a big deal, okay? So it's finished. And in this particular case, there is something that I need to change, something as small that I need to change. I need to, we ever like, sorry about it. So what I have here is, if I'm not mistaken, when I play this sound, I just need to play to enqueue to some FIFO on the background. So I will try and cheat and kill the sound process, assuming this is where it is. So the other terminal is done. Okay. I'll fix it, I'll reboot it, and it should work. I mean, because now the only thing it should do is like say, hey, like I'm done unmounting a media and so on and so forth. So I'll stop it. I don't think I need it anymore. And if so, then oops. But I don't. I will just fix the RAM disk like very, very, very quickly. I haven't really tested like with RISC-V. And check it out. Of course, it worked. And welcome to Debian GNU Linux Forky. Okay, Forky seed. So it's like the new unstable version, and if I just want to do like the stable one, I'm going to do just the Trixie. Okay, so again, I will log in. It will also be slow. You can ignore this. This is like my script mounting some partitions. I'll take a sip of coffee. And you see here we don't have like all kinds of warning errors, because we have like what are our partitions, what is our backup partitions. If we do OTA or like some sort of other installation that I can show, then the bank changes, and I will call it a system retired or something like this. And in the midst of the process, it will be like system PSCG can, as in candidate. And this is like the overlay that I mentioned before. Now, like if I look at like OPT, then I have like this file, which is nice. Okay. So we also have here our nice Weston here. It will now start. This is, I think, will be, let's do Firefox ESR. So if it is, then I will not have like the graphics. Yeah. So for RISC-V, it is Firefox ESR. If I kill it and just start, or if I don't start it like as a kiosk device, it will be fine. And that's it for the unstable one. So that's the unstable one. It works as expected. I'm exiting it, and if I wanted to build seed, we will see the same things. And if I just, in the version itself, I tell it, hey, build Trixie, then it will build Debian 13, which is now actually like the most recent one. Now there could be a way that you want to build like Trixie before it's stable, and then it will be exactly like seed. Okay, I mean, when it's still in development, then they're the same things. But if not, then things may change. Or if you try to build Trixie now, in 6 months from now, things will change. So you need to be more mindful of the caches. So I will now build seed and stop the video. We will see it is the same in the next video. Okay, this is definitely what I wanted to do. Codename is seed. And that's it. So I'll let it build. Look what's going on here. It says I did not build for seed before, probably. So like my caching system says like checking for existing DAB caches in here, in that. And I will take advantage of this to talk about the caches in another in another video. So thank you for watching.